Do you like watching paint dry as you try to get to altitude only to be brutally murdered by a Bf-109 whose pilot taught himself German just so he can read the Luftwaffe manuals? What about being picked off from Mars by a tank destroyer who memorized the entire shooting arcs of every path in every map instead of doing like normal things like watching Pornhub or having friends? If you answered yes to any of those, then you should play War Thunder. What's up, scholars? It's your professor here, Enlightened Enlisted, and today we're going to be going over my first 100 hours in War Thunder experience. So let's get into this. So I have played a lot of Enlisted, and the fact that the UI in War Thunder could be even more confusing than that impresses the hell out of me. Great job, Gaijin. Thankfully, I had some War Thunder pros to guide me through the daunting process of getting started. I wanted to play the air because, let's be honest, who the fuck doesn't want to play their Top Gun fantasy out? I mean, being Maverick is cool as hell. My Jedi Master friends gave me my first piece of advice, and that was to get out my credit card. I mean, to play air realistic, which to me is literally the slowest game mode in the history of plane-on-plane combat. It's like dry humping for 30 minutes in high school, only to have her go home before you can even get started. God damn you, curfews. To say I didn't just die constantly would be an understatement, but then I started to get the hang of the basic fighter tactics and how each aircraft is played. I didn't really focus on a single nation's tech tree because I wanted to get the full experience. Well, at least a limited experience of each nation, because dear God, the grind in War Thunder makes Enlisted look like it's a cracked out meth German blowing through France. Japan and Great Britain were probably my favorite because they were easier for me to dogfight in, with the Germans being my least favorite because I just don't have the patience to be a boom and zoomer. I did turn against my Jedi Master's advice and started playing Air Arcade, which I enjoyed significantly more for the speed of the game, but I also hated it because every player seemed to want to embrace the true Japanese fighter doctrine of just ramming the shit out of me in a head-on. And believe me when I say this, I accepted every fucking head-on, because mama didn't raise no bitch. Even though I enjoyed Air Arcade more, I do see why everyone shits on it on Reddit. Once I got into Tier 3 and Tier 4 fighters, I realized how hopelessly outclassed I was as a pilot, and I needed a bastion of noobs just to have fun again. So it was either to down tier or to switch game modes. Ah yes, Ground RB, the true experience of War Thunder, where you can murder enemy armor and then get into a plane to murder even more enemy armor, only to lose because you have no one on the ground because there's 50 of you guys in a plane. If I thought that Air RB was the most frustrating because of the length of time it takes you to get into combat, Ground RB infuriated me to no end by being shot by Mr. Worldwide disguised as a bush across the map. For an aggressive player like me, Ground RB takes a lot of patience, and I had to slow my roll. And once I started doing that, I had a lot of fun with it. Kids in this game literally have a PhD in armor and can tell you exactly where to shoot an A-13, but have no idea what their social security number is, which gave me a level of caliber of player that I did not see in Enlisted. Now, I was able to pick up tanks a lot quicker because of playing Enlisted, but I saw vehicles that I didn't even know existed in real life. Now, I did make the mistake of trying to play Ground Arcade, and that was just a traumatizing experience. I didn't even bother to get footage for it, and I'll just never go back to that. It's just pure mass confusion to me. Pretty much the same could be said about Naval. I was just too confused to even try it, just died every time, missed every shot, had no idea what I was doing. Overall though, I've really actually enjoyed my War Thunder experience, honestly. It's been an adjustment for sure, but that comes with almost any game. The grind is super long for sure, but I'm okay with being at my 3.0 BR right now. Who knows, maybe I'll start making even more War Thunder videos. We'll see. And if you guys want to know how I think about Enlisted, then check out this video right here. And as always, scholars, hit those books and hit those bottles. Cheers.